After winning the Western Conference last year, the Dallas Mavericks add Klay Thompson in free agency to their already championship roster. I'm here to tell you that the Dallas Mavericks got significantly worse and will not go back to the NBA Finals. Let's talk about it. How can a team that just made it to the championship add Klay Thompson to the roster and have no chance of repeating? And I understand it's a hot take. It's very possible that I'm going to look stupid. The Dallas Mavericks are going to win the championship next year. Klay Thompson's going to be amazing, but I just don't buy it. I think we need to look at what the Dallas Mavericks were last year and why they were so successful. You had Luka Doncic as your star, and the entire offense ran through him, right? He was facilitating, he was scoring, he was rebounding, he was doing Luka things, right? You had Kyrie Irving as your second scoring option. Kyrie, one of the best scoring guards in the NBA still today, right? It was very clear you had that hierarchy. Then you had the guys like PJ Washington, you had Derrick Jones Jr., Derek Lively, and you also had Daniel Gafford, another big man who did the same things Derek Lively did. You had the best big man depth in the entire NBA, and that still remains, right? You still have those two guys. The issue arises is you lost Derrick Jones Jr. in free agency, and I think this is a really important detail. Derrick Jones Jr. every night guarded the best perimeter player. This is a huge, huge deal, right? When you're going to the NBA Finals, you're going off that playoff run, you're in the Stack West with a bunch of offensively gifted players. You had Derrick Jones Jr. to put on guys to help slow them down. You lose him in free agency. And I know Derrick Jones Jr. is not like the most enticing name on the free agency market, but this is a big deal for a team that, besides him, don't really have many defenders. We look at another guy that was on their team that defended was Josh Green, a nice young wing who defends. Traded him to the Hornets. If you can't guard anything on the perimeter, you're going to get torched, especially in the Western Conference where the entire conference is stacked. Are you going to ask Klay Thompson to guard, which I think they're going to do? And I don't know how many people watched Klay Thompson last year. Klay Thompson is not the guy anymore that you put on the other team's best perimeter players. Klay Thompson at times is the worst defender on the court. And it's not because he's incapable of doing it, right? Klay Thompson's not a bad defender when it comes to like IQ defense, right? He knows where to be. The issue is he can't be there anymore. He's slow. He gets tired quickly. He's just not laterally quick anymore. And he's not vertically quick anymore either. And a team like the Dallas Mavericks, who lost your best defender, you kind of can't have that. And I know everyone's going to say, well, they added Naji Marshall. I don't know where like this narrative on Naji Marshall came from, but Naji Marshall's not like a game changer player. Did anybody watch the Pelicans last year? Naji Marshall was barely in the rotation. Are you going to tell me Naji Marshall's going to do what Derrick Jones Jr. does? I think you're delusional. He's not. He's not the athlete. He's not the defender. I think Naji Marshall's probably a better shooter, but the way Derrick Jones Jr. was shooting in some of those playoff games, I don't even know if Naji Marshall will be able to replicate that. Is Klay Thompson okay with being just a spot-up shooter? And I know you're going to say, well, that's always been Klay Thompson. He's always been a spot-up shooter. And I would agree with you to a certain degree, right? I would have said that about Klay Thompson 2 seasons ago, 5 years ago. Like, I would have agreed with you. But if we look at the Golden State Warriors last 2 years, the way Klay Thompson has conducted himself on and off the court suggests that he is not okay with being a guy that sits in the corner and shoots threes. He doesn't want to be JJ Redick. He doesn't want to be Kyle Korver. He doesn't want to be Mike Miller. He doesn't want to be one of those guys. He wants to be a focal part of the offense. And I look at the Dallas Mavericks, I don't know if he will be. Klay Thompson for his entire career is used to the Golden State Warriors offense, which is very much like everybody eats, right? It's not about one guy. You know, the Golden State Warriors aren't like give Steph Curry the ball and let him ISO, right? That's the Mavericks. That's what Luka Doncic does. That's what Kyrie Irving does. That wasn't the Warriors, right? Klay Thompson's going to sit in the corner a lot and not get the ball for a couple possessions. And I saw a lot of times last season where Klay Thompson was sulking up the court when he didn't get his shots, or he was mad when, you know, someone else took a shot that he felt like he deserved, or he didn't get his 15 shots a game or whatever he wanted. He's going to be like that next year. I don't think magically because he left the Warriors, he's all of a sudden, his attitude's going to be completely different and he's going to be okay with sitting in the corner and averaging 13 points. I just don't think he's going to be okay with that. I can see a world where Klay Thompson halfway through the season's like, you know, why am I not getting my shots? Why is Luka ball hogging? And we're like the 6th seed. And these are things that I don't think Dallas Mavericks fans, I don't think the Dallas Mavericks front office, and I don't think just the media is taking into account. This is not the Klay Thompson that we were talking about 2 seasons ago. It's not him. We have to take it how it is. Klay Thompson was not good last year, and I can see a similar thing happen to the Mavericks. So, guys, it's time to let me know. Am I crazy for predicting that the Mavericks have no chance of making it back to the championship? Am I just a hater? Am I just a Klay Thompson hater? I don't know. Let me know.